Hi everyone, my name is Jamie. Today we're going to be going over how your ex is currently thinking slash feeling about you in this pick a card reading. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Okay, so the crystals don't necessarily correlate to the messages, so just pick whichever pile that you feel the most drawn to. Really take your time with it. Keep in mind this is just a general reading, so what I say might resonate for one person, but might not resonate for you. If you'd like a more personalized, in-depth reading, the link is in my bio. Hi, if you chose pile 1, this is your reading. We're going to be going over how your ex is currently thinking or feeling about you. So starting off, we have Justice. Then we have the Nine of Wands. Then we have the King of Cups. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, so right off the bat, I do feel like this was a connection where there was a lot of love involved. I feel like how this person feels about you, there's still a lot of love there. The Lovers and the King of Cups, that just makes me feel like there's a lot of in-depth feelings here. And then I pulled the Three of Cups, the Ten of Wands, Death. That to me just talks about like the ending of the relationship. Okay, and then we have the Chariot. So overall, and then we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So starting off, I definitely do see this person as still being in love with you. The King of Pentacles, that to me talks about like a stable, committed relationship. And I feel like this didn't end because of anything malicious or toxic or anything like that. This ended because of some sort of strain with the Ten of Wands, with the Nine of Wands. I almost feel like it was just day-to-day life stresses that caused the ending of this relationship, that caused you two to go in two different directions almost. If you were in a relationship where things got toxic or bad, I don't think this is your pile. It could have been like little arguments happened here, but I don't see anything malicious. I don't see anything abusive. I feel like there's still a lot of care and love that they have here for you. And if there was a possibility to get back together with you, they would take it. So how do they feel specifically? Okay, so passionate. I do feel like this relationship was one that started out with a lot of fire, but due to day-to-day strain, that fire kind of dimmed, and I almost feel like it made you guys think it wasn't love. Okay, then we have anxious. So yeah, I feel like just day-to-day stresses and anxiety got in the way of this, which kills me because I do feel like there's a lot of love here. We even have empathetic. And to me, it's not really a bad relationship if this person has so much empathy and heart for you with the King of Cups. Right, because the King of Cups is someone that feels emotionally, that feels deeply, and it's clarified by the Lovers. So I definitely feel like this person was in love with you and still in love with you. Okay, so we have I Want You. For some of you, it's possible this relationship ended because there wasn't that physical spice there anymore. I won't get too far into that because this isn't an 18 plus reading, but that did come through. I do feel like how in terms this person thinks about you and is feeling about you is that they miss you. But maybe that thing is still kind of in the way, because with the Chariot, that talks about a solution, but I don't think you're quite there yet. I'm too immature. Okay, so for a lot of you, it could be that you two just did, or this person specifically didn't have like the emotional maturity to kind of handle day-to-day stresses on top of everything else. I kind of feel like something like that got in the way here. And we have commit to me. So I do feel like this relationship was like, it feels committed to me. It feels like you two were talking about the future. It feels like to me you two had mutual goals. With the King of Pentacles, you guys were on the right path. But I just feel like things got stressful. And for a lot of you, especially if this is your first relationship, or if one of you is a hopeless romantic, I don't think you had, or they had, kind of the insight or the emotional maturity to kind of steer a relationship when things got semi-difficult like they did, and that's kind of what caused the split. I do feel like they're kind of coming to that conclusion now. I feel like this is a group where like absent makes the heart feel stronger, so we have pacify. So that talks about getting back together. It talks about reconciling, finding some sort of resolution. Time to say goodbye. So because this is a general reading, I can't really promise whether or not you guys will get back together or not, but I do feel like with all the cards here, there's still a lot of love and care here, and with the rings, like I was talking about, this is a committed relationship. You two could have talked about marriage. It seems silly to throw a relationship away where there was a lot of depth and time put in over what it feels like not something silly, but something that all kind of relationships go through at some point. I feel like this person's kind of still in a place of strain. I feel like they don't have a lot left to give, so I don't see like them reaching out like immediately. But I do feel like the love is still strong and the love is still there, and they still have all these feelings for you. I feel like with the 3 of Cups, you might feel like, oh, this person just moved on so fast. They might be seeing new people. They might be having time with friends, having a ball, but they're going through it the same way you are. It just might be getting expressed differently. For some of you, it could be like you wanted to settle down and have marriage and they weren't quite there yet. It kind of got to a point where it's just too much responsibility. But I do feel like this wasn't because they don't love you anymore, because they very much still do, which makes it even harder, right? Because in other relationships it's so easy to just go, oh well, something toxic happened, they cheated on me, they did this, I can walk away. But with this relationship, it doesn't feel like anything really like bad, malicious happened here. But that's about all I'm getting for you. I so hope it helped in some way. If you're interested in a more in-depth reading, my website is in my YouTube bio link and in the description box below. Hi, group number 2. If you chose this pile, this is your reading. Today we're going to be going into how your ex is currently thinking / feeling about you. So starting off, we have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Page of Swords. We have the 8 of Wands. Okay. Oh, the 10 of Swords. Okay. Heavy card. There's heavy energy with this pile. Judgment. Judgment over the 10 of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles over the 8 of Wands. Okay, we have the Star. Then we have the Ace of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Artist. Okay. So for a lot of you, this was kind of a toxic relationship. I feel like things got really overwhelming with this person with the Ace of Cups. I feel like with the Star, you both wanted to heal the relationship, but maybe couldn't. Either due to like unresolved mental health issues on this person's end, however that fits. We have resentful. So yeah, it's like there's a lot of hurt, bitter feelings that I'm getting here. And with the 8 of Wands, it's like this person wants to reach out to you and rebuild the relationship. Okay, we have lonely. But it's like this person wants to reach out and rebuild the relationship. But they're not about healing it for whatever reason. I feel like it would just repeat the same patterns that it did before. Guilty. So this person did you wrong in some way. I'm not specifically getting anything bad like cheating. And about at the bottom of the deck we have lazy. But I'm not getting anything great either. I just get like kind of a cycle of abuse where they were really good to you. And with the Ace of Cups, there's a lot of almost like love bombing, and you were so in love, and then it would dissolve into little bickering or huge fights. And it's like this person, I feel like this person's still kind of maybe in contact with you or still reaching out to you, but I feel like when they do, now it's more about winning and causing more hurt than it is about healing and getting back together, even if they express otherwise. I don't love you. Okay, so heavy messages coming through. Again, if you feel like this person treated you really well, this is not your pile. Even if this person treated you like slightly poorly, I don't think this is your pile. This feels like someone who's very toxic, and you might starting to realize that, and that's why you're like, I'm curious like what their innermost thoughts are or why they're behaving in this manner. So we have I don't love you, and I don't feel like this connection is love. You may have loved them, but together it's just not a healthy, loving relationship. Okay, we have I need you, but I don't love you. So I'm more getting codependent, toxic energy from this pile more than anything else. And I don't miss you, but I need you, and I want you back in my life, but not to heal with you, to cause almost more damage. Because it feels more about being petty and spiteful. Confessions of love, say I love you. So like love bombing, but we're not quite at that love point yet. Or you never were. Right, patience, right? Because real love comes from waiting, from being grounded. And I feel like this person said, I love you either very fast or just at really horrible times. Okay, betray. This person, for some of you, this person may have cheated on you, and they're guilty of a lot of things here. But they don't have, I feel like, the mental fortitude or the mental health to accept that. So they are now going to gaslight or blame you for all of these things. And I do feel like this connection fully hasn't been severed. So they might still be reaching out with the Eight of Wands, right? Because that's the card about news, about communication. So they might still be in your DMs, still in contact with you. And maybe you want to give them another shot. Because when they're in this star, Ace of Cups kind of energy, they're really loving and they're really romantic. And with the King of Pentacles, they might show you a lot of generosity, a lot of love, a lot of promise for the future. But this is more about hurting you further and winning and being right than it is about healing with you. They are either like very abusive or just very stubborn and narrow-minded. Like, I have like a huge ego, like I don't want to admit my fault. I'll just like kind of gaslight, love bomb, and then implode on you later on. And then blame you, and then we break up, and then I reach out to you. Like, it's coming through to me like a vicious cycle in that way. And with the artist, I feel like they painted you like such a pretty picture of the future, and it's hard to release from that. Because, right, no one's 100% evil, no one's 100% good, so I'm sure there were good times with this person, good moments. But I do feel like Spirit is encouraging you to walk away from this connection. This isn't going to be a person that is going to treat you well. Too much hurt has happened. It could also even be that both of you were a little toxic. Again, it's all going to depend on how it resonates. But it's just not a relationship that you want to be in. It's time to fully detach. I know that was a heavier reading, and if that didn't resonate, not your pile. If you're interested in like a more in-depth personalized reading, the link is in my bio. Hi, pile number 3. Here's your reading. This is all about how your ex is currently thinking / feeling about you. Okay, so we have the King of Wands. I'm automatically biased. I'm sorry. The King of Wands to me is such an F-boy kind of card. F-boy, F-girl. Okay, so we have Temperance next. The Two of Cups. I like seeing those cards together. The Three of Pentacles. I know where this reading's going. This person's a bit of a player, okay? That could be why you broke up. I don't think they're malicious, but I do feel like they're more casual. This was more kind of a situationship vibe, with the Hanged Man clarifying. Very stuck in their ways, very stuck in old habits and patterns with that. With the Four of Cups, I feel like they want a committed, stable relationship deep down. But anytime you offered it, they're like, no. And they kept just repeating old habits. Right? With the Seven of Cups, disillusionment. With the Nine of Swords, I do feel like this stems from a place of trauma. If they are a player, if they're not settling down, even though they want to, I feel like intimacy probably isn't their strong suit, specifically emotional intimacy. I think they're good with other types of intimacy, but the emotional intimacy is very hard for them. With the Well, definitely this person is kind of, they're always looking for newer romantic opportunities. I feel like this reading is going to be important for you guys because I think you blamed yourself. I think a lot of you were like, what do I have that I'm not, that, like, what am I not giving this person that they feel the need to not commit to me? Know that they do this to everyone. Even if there's like a specific person that they're with, those old habits have not gone away. They are just not, but I do feel like this person is kind of heartbreaking to me because with Temperance, with the Two of Cups, they do want that. They do want a soulmate. They do want something more balanced. They don't want to do this for the rest of their life. But it's like as soon as they get close to someone, they gotta kind of run and avoid and not accept the cup with the Four of Cups, not accept the opportunity of that. And then they'll go be with a different person. Okay, so let's tap into their specific feelings. Optimistic. Okay, so I feel like this person's really fun and nice. They're just not commitment material, if you will, playful. So yeah, this person probably made you smile. They're probably like made you flustered, very flirty, very charming. But underneath all that flirt and charm and oh, there's my cat, and making you laugh and stuff, there's a lot of hurt and a lot of just bad patterns. It's like they cover up their hurt with kind of a lighthearted attitude, which isn't really addressing the root of it. Okay, lazy. So I do feel like if this person ever promised you that they were going to change, it's not that they do want to change. I just don't see them changing per se in the nearest future. I feel like for a lot of you, it's also important to know that this is not your job, but I can see where the frustration is with this person because like you can feel like they're hurt deep down. You can feel like they're more than shallow. You can feel like they want something stable. They want something committed. They don't want to play the field, but it's like they're unable to get there. And you might be hoping, well, I can be the person that kind of heals them. The healing has to come from them, and they're not doing the work right now. Balcony, so Land of Love, so that's very like flirtatious, big talker, making big promises, but maybe not following through. Social events, I do feel like this person is quite sociable, very extroverted. Count Paris, definitely describing them, so narcissistic, attractive, but also noble and sincere. So this person is definitely a duality of like them being deep down quite hurt and sincere, but also being attractive and being narcissistic and not really wanting to settle down quite yet, but deep down it's like this person's very conflicted. I can fly. So I feel like when you're with this person, they're very adventurous and it's fun, but I don't think it's for the long term. And I think if you want this person to come back changed, I don't see that happening quite yet. I'm emotionally unavailable. Yes, this person, just the emotional intimacy, not there. You're never going to be emotionally connected with this person until that Nine of Swords energy is kind of resolved. Would you hold me? This person is probably great for like the physical connections, but for the emotional connections, they're not all there. I think you might be worried like this person is just going to find someone else and that person is going to be the one for them. There is no the one for this person. This is all about their emotional healing and growth, which they have not taken the steps to do yet. So they're kind of stuck in this weird energy of deep down wanting something committed and wanting that like white picket fence future, but not getting there. Still rejecting the offer when it comes, maybe doing some self-sabotage. I think it's really important to know that while this person really admires you and cares about you, they can't give you what you need. It sucks. This person is frustrating to read for. And I can see why maybe you got a little stuck on this person. Because they just have, they're very like, they have a lot of depth, even if they don't show it on the surface. And they want what you want. But they're not there yet. So it's very frustrating because you can tell they want what you want. But they're just a touch stuck. Trying to get other messages here. The way they're feeling about you is, yeah, there's just admiration and respect, and that it might not be love for them. Or even if it is love, it's like they can't offer you that commitment. High pile number 4. if you chose this pile, this is your reading. Today we're going to be going over how your ex is currently thinking / feeling about you. So starting off, we have the Page of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Emperor. We have the Six of Wands. Okay, a lot of fire energy here. We have the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. That could be you two. You two different energy. We have the Artist. We have the Empress and the Emperor. So you two might have like a spiritual connection, divine counterparts type of thing. Then we have the Ace of Wands with the Six of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So I definitely feel like this is kind of a spiritual connection. There's definitely there's just a connection here that I feel like maybe you're having a hard time shaking. So we have Courageous. I feel like this person kind of brought you out of your shell. We have Frustrated. And we have Needy. Okay, so this person, I'm trying to pick up on why you two didn't work out. The other piles were pretty clear and cut and dry about why. I'm not getting like a lot of reasoning here for why. With the Empress and the Emperor, if you two aren't the divine counterparts, it's possible like a mother, father figure got in the way of this. It could have been like family that got in the way. But I don't think so. I think that's going to be for like a slim portion of you. Because with the High Priestess, I really see this being like a divine counterpart, a divine connection, feeling really connected to this person, and you two complementing each other really well. What I was saying before my like voice awkwardly trailed off, with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, I almost feel like maybe that's you guys' two different energies. So the Page of Pentacles is probably more grounded, and the Pages of Wands is probably like looking ahead to the future. So it could have been you two were just in different places in your life. For a lot of you, you're going to feel drawn to pile number 1. I feel like this is kind of like the future of where pile number 1 is going. So you might want to check out pile number 1 as well. I almost feel like an individual goal kind of got in the way of this connection, especially with the Artist, right? That talks about like, that's typically like one person trying to manifest their dreams into reality, trying to manifest their career. I do feel like it's like you two should be together, but maybe like the courage wasn't there, which caused a lot of frustration. But I definitely feel like this person still misses you and wants you to be in their life. This is probably a connection that's difficult to shake. So Masquerade Ball, I definitely feel like if you two were to reconcile in the future, you two would be in different places. Because Masquerade, that's a new person. So I feel like you two almost had to break up to kind of mature individually. Look, we have Dream. So with the High Priestess, with the Emperor, with the Empress, this is definitely like a more spiritual kind of vibe to your connection. Rejection. Okay. So this breakup could have happened because of some rejection, like maybe this person offered you something that you didn't want, or vice versa. Or you kept feeling like this person was constantly like rejecting you. So let's get into some specific messages about what they want to tell you. I feel empty, so I definitely feel like they're struggling with this breakup. You complete me, so with the Emperor, Empress, yeah. Divine counterpart energy. I come alive with you. With the Ace of Wands, there's definitely like a lot of passion and feeling to this connection, which makes me wonder why you two broke up. It's like there isn't like a... I know like for every one of you there's going to be a different reason, but usually I can kind of pick up on the general reason. I'm not really getting the gist here. Like there's no reason why you two should be broken up, if that makes sense. Unless with the Empress and the Emperor you kind of felt like family meddled, or there was drama related to that. Or maybe someone's just individual goal got in the way of their relationship, but I do still feel like there's a lot of love and care still left here. I don't think this person wanted the breakup. I think if they did at the time, they're kind of regretting that now, because I don't think they've ever met someone that complimented them as well as you do. I hesitate to use the term like soulmate because I feel like people get attached to the word, and then people can't move on from the relationships that aren't good for them. But if you're like going on a spiritual message kind of vibe, definitely like soulmate vibey energy here. If that makes sense, like I don't want you to get too like obsessed with the word or to think that God, this person is my soulmate, so I can't like move on or heal or grow. But I do feel like this person taught you a lot, you taught them a lot. And if there's an opportunity to get back together, I think they'd take it. I think they miss you. I do feel like it was their fault though. That's kind of the energy coming through. Is like it's kind of coming through like they got ahead of themselves about something. Like maybe they put work first, put a different opportunity first, rushed into something that they shouldn't have, maybe didn't defend you when they needed to. It feels like they failed you in some aspect. And that could be where the frustration is coming in. But I do feel like like their energies, I need this person in my life even if they're just a friend.